know how to make a profile picture in Blender? Well, in the past, I made a similar video on this, but it was very bad and didn't work good. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get into it.
Okay, so once you're on your PC, the first thing you need to do is go to your browser. Next, you gotta navigate to my description and go to the Google Drive link. And you should see this. What you should do is you should go up here and you should click download. Okay, so now that it's downloaded, before you do anything, you need to go to your file explorer. And you should see the file. What you have to do is you gotta click it, then right click it, and click extract all. Then click extract. So once you minus out of that, you just gotta open the Blender app. Okay, now that it's open, you can just click off this, and you can see that your Gorilla Tag thing is in there. You gotta click file, then you gotta click open. Then you have to make your way to that new Gorilla 2, and then you gotta click on the actual rig. And as you can see, it opened the file. You can notice it has no texture, so you gotta come up here, you gotta click texture. If you want, you can keep the name, but I'm just gonna delete it. But if you wanna edit it, you just gotta go to object mode and click edit mode while clicking on it. And then you can just, you might need to click on the name once. Yeah, you gotta click on the name once. And then you can just type in whatever you want. For me, I want nothing, so I'm just gonna delete it all. Then, to go back to object mode, just click on it again. And you realize it has a pink face. This is not because you didn't extract the file. This is because the texture isn't already in it. So you gotta go to my other link in the description. This is my link in the description, so you can go ahead and download this by right clicking this and clicking download. Now, I'm just gonna wait for it to download. Okay, now it's downloaded, you gotta go back to your file explorer and repeat the extracting process. Right click it and click extract all and do the exact same thing. Okay, so now that it's finished, you can just minus out of all of this and go back to Blender. So what you want to do is you see everything. You want to go to this on the side, and you got to click this beach ball called material. Make sure you're highlighting the mesh, then you should see these three colors. You got to click on face material, you got to click on X here, and open. Here's where you need to navigate to my PFP monkey. I have it right here. Now, after going here, you just got to click profile picture rig. And then you gotta click textures. As you can see, it shows a bunch of stuff. It doesn't matter, you can choose any of the ones, just make sure it's not this and it's this format. I recommend choosing the normal gorilla texture. This you can use, and just click open image. And it goes ahead and like gives the face a texture. Now how to change the color of it. You can easily just click on the mesh and then click off of face material. Go to primary color and you should be able to set it to whatever you want. I'm going to choose it to yellow because that's my color code, but you might want to bring it down a little bit because whenever you turn on the actual shading part of it, which you can do up here, which is what it's going to look like in the render, see, this is what it's going to look like, and without turning it down, this is what it will look like. It'll be extremely bright, and if you have like a darker color code, that's why I like to do this. Okay, so now that we've switched it back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all how to position the monkey. So what you do is you got to click on this rig here. See this circle? Click on it and it should highlight it. You got to click this and there's a new option, edit mode and pose mode. Make sure you click pose mode. Now everything is not highlighted, so you just got to do is you got to click on this hand right here. And it might not do anything, so you have to click on this alone, like on the side. If it's not there, it might like be stretched out. You can just move it over. It depends on what version of Blender you're using. Anyways, you need to use the moving tool, and you can just move it around. If you only want to move one hand, make sure to click the X button, and you can move it by yourself, but I'm not going to do that. So instead, as you can see, the arms are kind of spreaded out, so we're just going to move it to the side, forward, and back a little bit. And then there's a rotation tool. You can click on this, you can move the thing around. So I'm just move it like this, adjust it, and find a good place for it to sit. Yeah, it looks pretty normal. Now to add cosmetics. So now to add cosmetics, you just gotta click File, Import, FBX Legacy. And this is where you find your way back to the PFP monkey file. Once you're here, you just gotta click on it twice and go to Cosmetics. You can choose any of these. All your shirts and neck things are gonna be in badges. And all your face and hat things and holdables are going to be in the other ones. For example, I'm going to put in the angel wings. So you just click it once and click Import FBX. and it's going to be over here, but as you can see, it looks way too smooth. So you need to click on it again, and then you got to click Shade Auto Smooth, and it gives it that cosmetic texture effect. Then you got to click on the rig. Make sure you click on these 3 things, which without it, it would get really glitched. So now that you do this, you got to bring it over and just move it to where you want it to be. Yeah. The wings are kind of like spread out, like from the thing. It's kind of like more back. So that's kind of like the way I like to do it. And if you want to see what position it will look like from the Canva, you just gotta click the camera button right here. And this is the position you see if you want a cool pose. So I'd suggest you go ahead and do that and not just like make it look all goofy in the end. I think that looks pretty good. Now to add the texture to this, you gotta do the same thing you did for the face. But instead, you gotta click this thing, and you want to click image texture. Click the X button right here, and then you see it turn black, you gotta click open. Now, if you go to my downloads and go back to PFP Monkey and go to cosmetics, instead click textures. Whatever this is the texture you have to choose. For example, it might say Hatless Metal, let's just Hatless Shine, Valentine's 2023, or you can go to Hatless, it's going to be the main one for all your default cosmetics. But I have a Wings cosmetic, and it might say it's in Release 22 Cosmetics Atlas, but you can just find it in the Clouds Atlas. You have to try around some to see which texture you have. Some don't have texture, so it's kind of weird. Now, so just going to click Open Image, and as you can see, you got your wings. If you have a badge, you can just repeat the process. So I'm just going to speed this up so you don't get bored. So now that we got my fit on, if you want the AA badge, I can show you how to get it. So what you want to do is you want to search up AA badge, because they don't have this in this certain thing. And you should just be able to go to images, and it's going to be on this link, Sketchfab. You can just go to that link. Oh shoot, that's not the AA badge. This is the AA badge. Okay, so once you're on, you can see you can download it. You have to first create an account whenever you download it. I've already created an account, so you can go ahead and download the GT and then the capital 2 letters after it. And then download it. For me, I've already made an account, you can see, but you got to make one and sign up through Epic Games or Google. Then you can go ahead and go to downloads and extract this like you've done the other ones. I've already extracted it, so I don't have to do it. And then you just got to go to File, Import, and then you got to click this. Go to downloads, and it should be right here, and you can just import it in. As you can see, you can just drag it over, put it in the place you want it, and if it's a little too big, there is a resize tool for stuff like this, and I'll show you how you can do that. As you can see, it does look kind of big compared to the normal AA badge. If you are an AA, you'd know. I've seen other people with AA badge, and I've done the measurements correctly. It's way too big, this version. So what you want to do is you want to click on the resize option, which is right here, and you can just shrink it down by clicking the boxes. I like mine at kind of like a medium, like not too big but not too small. And then you can just adjust it in the right place, like I'm doing. Now if you want a cool pose, like looking to the side, you just gotta click View, Navigation while on the camera, and click Walk Navigation. You can do like a cool side pose. Like I like mine like this. And that should change where your camera's position is. As you can see, it changed. It's right here now. Now you can just click Render and click Render Image. See, now that you have your image, you just gotta click Image and Save As. And click. You can save it to whichever you want, but I just saved it to the file. In your browser, you can go to any editing platform you need, but I recommend Canva. Canva, you no longer need pro features because I found that rig automatically removes the background, so it doesn't matter what type of one you have. So you can just do create, and you gotta search up YouTube channel logo. And once that has been created, what you do is you go ahead and bring your files. You go to wherever your profile picture was, and you just drag it in. Then you can enlarge it however you want and make it fit inside the thing. Then just resize the image so it doesn't get in the way of anything else. Once you've done that, you realize it doesn't have a background. I have one prepared in the PFP monkey. It should be somewhere. Yeah, it's right here. You don't have to, it could be unextracted for this. You just gotta click clicking on it, and then you gotta click backgrounds. And there's tons of ones. Since I'm yellow, I'm just gonna drag the yellow one in. And you see it gets this cool design. So you just click layer and click send to back. And you can see you can just go up and just resize it. Now that looks pretty cool, but you might realize your rig kind of looks like it doesn't have that more vibrant effect. You just click edit and you click adjust, and you can change the settings all you want. I like to keep my temperature and tint at a 0. This is just your white balance. Your brightness is carried up a lot. I just like it at 20. It kind of already does that. Contrast just a little bit. Then my two favorite, vibrance and saturation. I like to turn these up all the way. I don't know about you, but I don't recommend turning this up. I recommend turning this up down a little bit. But clarity does this, which isn't good at all. I don't like doing that. So if you want to do that, you can. And then their sharpness. It just makes it more pixelated or more blurry. It doesn't really help in any way. These color magic tools, I don't recommend it because unless you want your color to pop out way more, it doesn't really do anything. Now to download it, you just gotta click share and download. And there's your profile picture.
The main purpose of this video was to make up for my last video, and I had a bunch of comments on it on how it was faulty, and so I just made another one that was better. Anyways, I hope this helped you and it helps other people. Help spread this video by liking and subscribing and even commenting on it on if it helped you or not. It would really support me, and I'll see you on a future video or short.